Hello and welcome back to the Second Chance to Live channel here on YouTube. I'm happy to see that you decided to stop by to watch this video presentation. Thank you. In today's video presentation, I'm going to be sharing an article that I wrote several days ago. To read the article, I'll put my glasses back on and bring up the article. I want to thank you for your time. You're an important part of my process, and I always enjoy our times together. Here's the article. Getting comfortable in our own skin, being outside of the box. Hello and welcome back to Second Chance to Live, my friend. I'm happy to have you around my table. During the past several days, I have spoken to is the medical model of treatment defining and keeping you in a box, how I found freedom from the box and societal stigmatization, and how are we teaching people to treat us. In these articles, I spoke to the awareness that I gained through the process of living with a diagnosis, a prognosis, a label, and a societal stigmatization. In the next series of articles, I will share what helped me to get comfortable in my own skin and define my identity outside of the box. In my experience, I discovered that before I could take the action to live outside of the box, of a diagnosis, prognosis, label, and societal stigmatization, I needed to grow in both my awareness and acceptance of myself. You see, the box sought to convince and contain me in the belief that I was defective. In my experience, the process of growing in awareness and acceptance began when the pain of denying my reality superseded my need to deny my reality. By examining my pain, I discovered that I was being blamed for what was out of my control. By examining my pain, I discovered that I was not defective, but that I had limitations and deficits that were related to my disability. By examining my pain, I was motivated to confront the denial that kept me believing that I was defective. By examining my pain, I discovered that my deficits and limitations did not define my worth and value as an individual. By examining my pain, I discovered or found myself empowered by hope. In my experience, I discovered that as I worked through my grieving process, I was able to stop beating up on myself for not being able to do because of my disability. In my experience, I discovered that as I worked through my grieving process, I was able to stop fighting against myself. In my experience, I discovered that as I worked through my grieving process, I was able to let go of the way that I thought life should be and begin living life on life's terms. In my experience, as I worked through my grieving process, I was able to stop focusing on what did not work for me and start looking for ways to use my gifts, talents, and abilities in ways that would work for me and thus pursue my destiny. Excuse me. In my experience, I discovered that as I worked through my grieving process, I became more comfortable in my own skin. As I became comfortable in my own skin, I felt more comfortable being outside of the box. As I became more comfortable in my skin, doors started to open for me. In my experience, when I reached a point in time when the pain of denying my reality superseded the pain of needing to deny my reality, I realized that I needed to grieve my reality. Several years ago, I wrote an article series that helped me to work through the process of being able to accept my reality. At the bottom of this article, I will provide a link to part 1 of the article series, Traumatic Brain Injury and the Grieving Process. The article series can benefit you regardless of whether you are a brain injury survivor or not, my friend. I would encourage you to read through each of the 7 parts of the article, as I believe that by doing so you will grow in the acceptance of your reality. By doing so, I believe that you will become more comfortable in your own skin, and you will become more comfortable being outside or living outside of the box. At the bottom of this series, as I mentioned, I include a link to part 1 of the article, and I also include links to each of the 7 parts of the article. This is the end of this particular video presentation. I want to thank you for being here. Before I go, let me encourage you with this. Please do not give up on yourself, a loving God, or your process, because more will be revealed to you and to me in time. The pieces of the puzzle will come together in the correct order and at the right time. I'll say so long for now. Have a great day, and go with you and your family. So long now.